Are you wondering what it costs to live at Lake Tahoe? Today, I'll give you an idea of living expense when you own real estate at Lake Tahoe and live in the mountains. Generally speaking, Lake Tahoe is considered a moderately expensive place to live. We'll take a look at a middle-class lifestyle and maybe add a little bit of glamour to add to the budget. I'm TRINKIE Watson with Chase International, and I love helping people buy and sell real estate at Lake Tahoe. If you have any questions at all, please give me a call or send me an email with anything you'd like to ask. Even though prices at Lake Tahoe continue to rise, I've never had a client not purchase because of living expense. Our prices run approximately $200,000 for a small apartment or small condominium, up to over $40 million for a grand lakefront estate. Once a purchase is made, that's where we'll start. The elephant in the room right now is fire insurance. California Fair Plan is one way to go for fire, backed up by regular insurance through a regular insurance company. The first purchase a new owner to Tahoe may need is an all-wheel drive car. Today, few people deal with chains anymore. Those days are pretty much over. Most car manufacturers have a version, at least one version anyway, of a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. So that is probably the first thing a new owner would like to do. Winter clothing is another option and a necessary thing if you're going to be here in the wintertime. If the buyer is a skier already, they probably have that covered. If not, you're going to want warm boots, a nice parka, gloves, and a hat for very, very basic beginnings. For convenient living in winter, one should have at least one snow shovel and possibly a snow blower if you're not going to hire a plow service. Typical cost for an average driveway is around $600 for the season, more, of course, if it's larger and has a longer driveway. Utility costs, of course, are another given. Many of the older homes today still have electric heat, which is probably the most expensive way to go. Many of our areas are on natural gas now, and there are still some that are using propane. Wood, of course, is another resource for those who have an actual wood-burning fireplace or wood-burning stove. If the house is well insulated, typical heating costs run from $300 to $500 a month. Few of our homes have air conditioning, although we're starting to see more of it as new homes are built. Water, sewer, and garbage are the other utilities that are handled by different entities in different communities. General maintenance of the home will include several things, one of which is exterior staining. Most of our homes are wood-clad, and they do take a beating from the sun and the cold temps in the wintertime. So not every side of the house needs to be done all the time, but every 2 or 3 years, probably at least 1 or 2 sides and decks need to have some treatment. Driveways are another thing that need to be maintained every 1 or 2, maybe 2 to 3 years for resealing to keep them in good shape. If you have a garden, that's going to require some upkeep. Many homeowners take care of their own gardens, but others hire landscape services to maintain the lawns and the garden areas. The charges typically run $45 to $55 an hour for the labor. And in the springtime, it requires getting set up, getting the sprinklers going again. In the fall, it's tying down everything and closing down the water systems. Defensible space is another requirement when we have a real estate transaction. The fire department will provide a free inspection, but then it's up to the homeowner to remove the offending debris, whether it's pine needles on the ground or loose wood lying around, anything that is easily flammable right around the house. Internet service is another important expense for most people. Unfortunately, we don't have a consistent high-speed service available, but there are two cable services in the entire region, and then a couple of dish services. Internet cost, typical cost would be probably about $120 a month. Groceries are available through Safeway, Save Mart, and Raley's markets, along with some independent smaller ones. There are also health food stores available, and we have a farmer's market in the summertime in many of our communities, along with available organic produce that can be delivered. So those are the basic costs of owning property at our beautiful, beautiful Lake Tahoe area. Join me next time where we will discuss the pros and cons of owning real estate at Lake Tahoe.